And alright guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video on the self-developed YouTube channel, guys. This is nearing the end of the due date of this house, guys. We're moving at recording this in 1 week's time, so it's crazy. It's crazy. New backdrop soon, guys. We're going into the condo. It's going to be amazing. So first and foremost, I just want to thank all of you guys for supporting me thus far. And if my voice is dead, it's because a lot of client calls. I've just been going at it. But thank you guys so much once again for all the support, likes, the clients, all of you guys. You know, it's amazing. I'm very grateful. Anyways, with that said, guys, in this video, we are speaking of, I believe I titled it, Why You Are Still Miserable as a Man. Okay, guys? Now, I got inspired from this through the client calls, guys, just seeing, I'm not saying any of you guys are miserable per se, but I notice one big reoccurring theme of why you guys call me is simply to do with your passions as a man, with your purpose as a man, with your direction, with your sense of confidence, well-being. You guys must understand as men, all of these things are intertwined. Just like I said before, your business, your fitness, your health, your passions, women, everything is linked. It's all linked. There's no way, it's kind of like dominoes. There's no way you can tip. If you tip one, they all tip over, is basically what I'm saying. You can't just be like, this one's going to tip and these aren't. No, it doesn't make sense. They all get affected, all right? I know my voice is a little funny. We got the water. Oh, that's good. Maybe that'll help. So, guys, let's answer the question, why are a lot of men miserable? Why are you? You know, I speak from experience because I've been there too. The answer, guys, simply put, the reason why so many men are miserable is simply put because they do not have any or enough outlets to put their energy into. It is that simple. It is that freaking simple, man. If the global population could just watch this one video, man, man. Because you know what happens, guys, and I'm speaking of many things. What happens when you don't, as a man, have a proper use of outlets to divert your energy into is it diverts into other destructive ways, okay? What you guys understand from this channel is we have something called testosterone. It's the energy that moves forward in all of us. It wants to progress. It wants to conquer. It wants to explore new lands. It wants to dominate. It just wants to be the best, right? It's very progressive. Now, with a man who does have proper usage of beneficial outlets, he will progress his life in many beneficial endeavors in his business, relationships, his health, his finances. You guys can paint the picture. But you must understand that if this man doesn't have proper usage of these outlets, other outlets will form. It's almost like seeping through a sponge or like a window. You know, you can try to like put the water through these holes of the sponge, but if these holes are blocked, like it's going to find other ways through. Maybe that was a bad example, but like it's like cracks in a wall. It doesn't matter if you like patch up these cracks. It's going to seep somewhere. It doesn't matter, okay? It needs to move. This energy is ever present and it's going to move. It does not matter if you have good outlets or bad outlets. It will find one. That's basically what I'm saying. It'll make one, okay? Which may not be the best thing. So before we explain some good ones, what does this look like? What are some bad, seemingly bad or unproductive outlets which make men miserable? Guys, I'll list a few. Some of these can be gaming, these can be partying, this can be excessive drinking, it can be excessive going out. And the reason these are such prevalent, prominent themes that men turn to is because they're false senses of purpose, right? You guys must understand that men are going to progress regardless of where the direction is, whether it's here, doesn't matter. So maybe instead of more beneficial endeavors, it's obsessive gaming, right? Gaming is kind of like false purpose. It's like level 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, rank 5, prestige 7, right? It's progressive. There's a reason video games are built for men. I don't know if you guys understand this. Maybe it's excessive partying. It's going at how many girls can I hook up with, how many this, how many that. And look, guys, you know, I'm not going to tell you what's beneficial, what's not. You just got to be honest with yourself. And finally, guys, the worst thing, this is to be honest, this is probably, this is the biggest reason I made this video, is if you can't find any holes to seep through. And it gets so bad that you have no outlets, that the energy, that inherent testosterone progressive energy just dies. This is most people. This is most elder people. People who, they say, right, you guys have seen this, people who have given up on their dreams. You can kind of see like this twinkle in their eye gone. That is the worst. Believe it or not, it's actually better to have bad outlets than it is to have no outlets. Because if you have no outlets, it's very hard to turn that back on. It's like once the water's off, right? Doesn't matter how many holes or no holes there are in the sponge. There's no water. Nothing is going to seep. Thankfully for most of you guys, you're young. This is not the case. You know, we still got our test. We're up and going. But man, if you get older and the more decisions you don't take, it can turn off. Okay, this is not good. So to bring it full circle, what should you do? You guys as men should get very picky in particular on creating your outlets. Okay, so whether this is at the time, it's going to look very different and it's always going to change. Maybe it's being an athlete, right? For me, I played soccer like my whole life, so maybe at the time it's playing soccer. But when that died off, I had to find something else, so it turned to fitness. Okay, maybe that is putting, a lot of the calls, it's your side hustles. Okay, guys, maybe it's being a chef. It's learning how to cook, dude. It doesn't matter what it is. Okay, and the beautiful thing is you can create however many big, small, tiny, fat, large, like you create what the sponge looks like. You create what the outlets look like. Dude, if this is hiking mountains, right? If this is understanding dogs really fucking well, if this is learning how to surf, if this is, I'm trying to think of some common ones, starting a YouTube channel, it doesn't matter. You see, you are creating your own sponge, you're creating your own outlets, and because of this, you are now allowing that energy to just progress, to move. Guys, if there's one thing you can learn from this channel, it's that men need progressive endeavors. We have to. If you don't, you'll die. You'll be depressed and you'll die. The entire reason you're here as a man, the reason, I don't know if you guys understand this, the reason you have 2 testicles in your nutsack is to move forward. It's to progress. It's to dominate. This is why men go to wars. This is why men are, 95% of athletes are men. Like, the fighters, like, there's a reason to this shit. And this is why, what is it? Like, I don't know the exact statistic, but the amount of men in prison compared to women, I mean, it's not even comparable. There's no comparison. It's very black and white. Like, why do you think? This is what the energy does. And that's what can happen. It's a prime example of what can happen if you don't properly create these outlets. Like I told you guys beforehand, the outlets will create you, especially if you're young. If you're young, this will happen. This is what a lot of gangs happen. This is why a lot of violence happens. This is why a lot of promiscuity happens. This is what kind of teenagehood is, right? Which is okay if you're experimenting as a teenager, but understand that's why it's happening. So live it up, have fun, but learn to steer that horse in the other direction as soon as you can, because trust me, man, I have friends, I'm 22, who are still in this fucking phase, and it's ridiculous, bro. Like, guys, you're gonna be dead broke. It's not, like, you gotta smarten up, okay? So that is the end of this video, guys. I hope this made sense. I know I was speaking kind of all over the place, but the biggest reason why men are miserable is because they do not have enough productive outlets that they can disseminate their energy into. So one of 2 things happens. Either one, the outlets find them, and they're usually not as productive. This could be obsessive drinking, gaming, partying, escapism. Excuse me. It's usually escapism, right? This is why so many people who hate their jobs 9 to 5s, they party so much, because they're not allowing this energy to pervade, so they're doing it through those measures. Because like I said, it's going to escape regardless, okay? This could be fighting, like there's many, you can kind of paint the picture. Or B, guys, what happens is if you don't find these outlets and you continuously just stuff them down, eventually they'll die. It honestly will, dude. And you see so many people walk around literally like zombies, and they have no energy, and there's no vitality. And hell, man, that was me for a time being. Like I think we've all been there, and you don't want either of those, in my opinion. You want to find this, and you can find this, dude. So if some of you guys will finish it here, it feels like it's dead, I'm telling you, you can bring it back. It may not be easy, but you can bring it back. And if you guys do, create your sponge. Create your own unique sponge with its own outlets and holes. Cooking, dancing, rock climbing, I don't know, bike riding, learning this language. It doesn't fucking matter, but create that, because this energy is going to pervade regardless. So that is it, guys. Very important video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, comment, and subscribe. I apologize again for my voice, guys. I've had a lot of calls today, so it's a little raspy. And finally, guys, as you know, for the plugs, there's always one-on-one coaching. If you guys would like to work with me on a personal level, there are still some spots available. I completely transforming your lives as men, guys, physically, mentally, emotionally, and financially, or what I call the 4 areas of growth, guys. There's the self-development course, which is a 4-hour-long course of doing just that. You guys have been absolutely loving that. Everything, guys, the services, the reason I don't list all the things is because there's so many. It tackles it from every angle. Fitness, nutrition, intermittent fasting, no-fat, meditation, cold showers, early rising, increasing masculinity to improve your relationships, defining what your passion or outlets are, and creating a business through that, guys, all right? And finally, there's the workshop, guys. We're going live very soon. I would strongly recommend it for the majority of you guys. It's one-on-one coaching with myself and a small group of men, 4 one-hour live stream calls over the entire month, as well as a private Facebook group for unlimited messaging, guys. If you want to get in contact, man, I really recommend this workshop to the majority of you. So that is it. All links are down below if you're interested. There's always a 100% money-back guarantee if you're considering, simply because I've executed far past expectations out of the hundreds of times, and I say that very humbly. So yeah, it's all below. If not, love you guys nonetheless. Thank you guys. Much love. Go apply this, and we'll talk then. Peace.